reason that I came to St. Paul's and the circumstances that brought me there are a bit sordid. I had just ended up homeless. I was very recently homeless, had been for 3 or 4 days, and was hungry, very, very hungry. I heard that St. Paul's at the time, the ministry that was there, served lunch, and a really good lunch. And it was delicious. I'll never forget, it was pork loin. And they felt so bad for me, I got seconds, which was unusual. And I wasn't really looking for anything but food at the time, and I was very directionless. So it was a very rough time, and what I found was a group of very warm-hearted individuals who showed me that, yeah, there were more things that I wanted, really. I have some really deep-seated trust issues, and there's this other couple that goes to the church, the Duffs, and Rebecca Duff was after me like you would not believe. She just kept pestering me, I want to take you to lunch, and all I could think was, what does this woman want to do with me? Why does she want to get to know me? What's her ulterior motive? And it turns out that the ulterior motive of her was friendship and just fellowship, and she really just genuinely wanted to know me better, which fascinated me. It's something that I've never encountered before. I'm very used to people having ulterior motives, and St. Paul's is a place where people don't have the ulterior motives. They, really reach out and love people. And so I guess to sum up, the thing that I found most at St. Paul's is just Christ's love through its members and visitors and family and friends of those individuals. I have some friends who are deists and atheists. I did bring a deist to St. Paul's, and the great thing was that when they heard Tolliver preach, that deist really heard something and connected on that message. The message that day was just perfect, so I knew that whole situation was all God. But that deist friend of mine experienced exactly what I want people to experience when they come to St. Paul's. Kind of uncomfortable, but questioning once they leave. So just having our members and our leaders, our deacons, our elders, our pastors, spread those seeds and get people really interested in the gospel, whether they find Christ through us or whether there's just something planted later that can grow. It's really what I want to see come from people who come and don't know Christ to St. Paul's. Really, my big, hairy, audacious goal would be just to reach out in the community and really reach people. And I think we have a great foundation for that and a great location for that from where we are. We're very close to some of the shelters that exist in downtown. We're very close to the old Fourth Ward, where there are some little pockets of parks where where addicts and the homeless hang out. And so tons of outreach here in Midtown in the city. There's a gentleman who I'm still friends with, who I watched come through, was released from prison, came into the Salvation Army, and about 2 weeks later I looked over, it's like, oh, what are you doing here? And there he was at St. Paul's, someone else who stayed at the Salvation Army and was coming to St. Paul said, hey, I know this great church. He came for a few weeks to take advantage of some of the homeless ministries offerings and started coming to Bible studies and was saved through coming to St. Paul's and being ministered to there. So every time I see him, I'm kind of like, wow, look, right there was a guy just down on his luck who now lives in a beautiful apartment, has a wonderful job that he absolutely loves, and I'll never forget the day I met him, he started with nothing but the clothes on his back when he got dropped off. And now with God's love, not only is he saved, but God's really lifted him up out of his circumstances. I've seen that happen so many times at St. Paul's that it's baffling sometimes. It's overwhelming.